Let's begin today's session. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to welcome an exceptional individual today whose innovative ideas and dedication have significantly influenced the insurance industry. Let me welcome our mentor for today, Mr. Yashish Daya, co-founder of the India's leading digital insurance company, PolicyBazaar.com, and a leading online market for investment and trading products, PaisaBazaar.com. Let me give a brief intro. Let me read out a brief intro of Yashish. Yashish Daya is the chairman and CEO of PB Fintech. He co-founded Policy Bazaar in 2008, which leads Indian digital insurance sales with over 2 billion USD of premium and over 1 million customers per month. The group also started PaisaBazaar.com, an online marketplace for investment and lending products in 2014, which is also a market leader in its domain, and over 30 million customers taking monthly credit score refreshes and partners with 68 banks in India. PB Fintech got publicly listed in November 2021 and continues on its path of creating significant social impact on the citizens of India. Before starting his entrepreneurial journey with PolicyBazaar.com, Yashish was the managing director of ebookers.com, a leading pan-European online travel distributor, which also has FTSE 250 company listed on NASDAQ. Yashish also has a management consultant with Bain & Co. in their London office. He holds a bachelor degree in engineering from IIT Delhi, a postgraduate diploma in management from Ahmedabad, and an MBA from INSEE. Yashish likes to spend his spare time outdoors. He is the current master national champion in swimming and is the 5th fastest Ironman from India across all ages. Let's extend a warm welcome to Yashish, a true luminary in the fintech industry. Hi, Yashish. Welcome to the Tech Up Empowering Startup series. Thanks, Yashish. So as we begin, we would like you to reflect on your journey on building Policy Bazaar from a startup to India's largest digital insurance sales company. Could you share the peaks and valleys of this journey? Persevere despite the challenges, actually.
Sure. Thanks, Abhishek. So Policy Bazaar was started about 17 years ago. And when we started, we thought there was, a middle class emerging in India. Middle class defined as people earning more than 5 lakh rupees per year. And at the same time, nuclear families was happening in India because, the joint family system was kind of 2 generations ago. And what we felt was social security was still not there. Social security means the ability to take care of children's education, lifestyle, living expenses like house rentals and, standard expenses, food, healthcare, pensions. None of the infrastructure was there in case somebody lost their job or somebody was not well or somebody died very early. We decided that, it was very important we educated people on this situation where anybody could find themselves if the unfortunate events happened. So we now spent 16, 17 years doing that. If I talk about valleys and troughs and all that, I think we've had our set of challenges, but thankfully over these last 15 years, we stayed somewhat true to our purpose, and because of that, lot of a brand has been built where people, when they're looking for health insurance or term insurance, are coming naturally to Policy Bazaar. And as they come naturally, it gives us as employees of Policy Bazaar the ability to connect with them and thus be part of their insurance transaction. And that allows us to make some money. We have also, been able to get good disclosure on both sides. One, when the customer buys, see, insurance is a very special category. Before you sell to the person, you need to know everything about them. Do they drink? Do they smoke? Do they have a BMI issue? Do they have a disease? Did their parents have a disease? You need to know a lot about them. And every disclosure makes the sales process harder. At the same time, the customer needs to know about about the policy. What does it cover? What does it not cover? And once more, every negative disclosure makes the sales process hard. So as a salesperson who is only going to get benefit from the transaction, you have no interest in good disclosure either way. And that was actually one of our very early learnings, that the more opaque you make the sales process in this industry, the less will be the disclosure. Both customer knowing what product they have bought and insurance company knowing what customer they have got, right? And they're both equally important. Please understand, the customer pays 1 rupee for a 100 rupee claim. So if 1% of customers come through who are 100% going to claim, you have started with a loss and you cannot take care of your other 99 customers. So both sides are equally important. And as I said, the salesperson has every incentive to disclose less, thus creating a transparent process which was recorded from day one was critical in our survival in this industry and our growth in this industry. Otherwise, selling insurance is the easy part. Making sure that once insurance is sold, both the customer and the insurance company are satisfied is the hard part, right? If you also look at this particular industry, it's a very big complaints category where there will be some customers who would have not declared. There'll be some genuine customers whose claims have not happened. But everybody seems to be unhappy. You know, the happy customer is not going to go and tell the whole world that, look, I had a very good experience. But the unhappy customer will. So you have to really build a brand where you are able to maintain loyalty despite that noise. So I think some very interesting pieces. It's also a fairly, I would say, regulated industry. It has a lot of lobbying, etc., that goes on. So you have to also survive those pieces. And I think at different stages in your journey, you play slightly different roles. But I think the startup phase was most interesting, because if I look at the first 5 years of our existence, I don't think many people believed it was a very good idea. We had about 20, 30 competitors. And that's the other thing I think about as you all think about, your ventures, whether they're early stage or mid stage. Ideas are aplenty. Like Policy Bazaar, I'm sure there are 20 other ideas. But it eventually comes down to execution. The day we started, you all may not know this, but there were 20 competitors that already existed. And many of them funded, many of them better funded than we were. But for whatever reason, after 17 years of our existence, we have a very large market share within that bunch. And I think most of it is not down to the fact that it was a very good idea. It is down to the fact that you had very good execution and you learned a lot in that process. And every year you were learning from the environment, learning from the situation, and thus transforming yourself. Till today, there are 370 companies which have started, which built an insurance website for comparison. So that's not the hard part for sure. But over time, none of them could sustain. And I think that is the part, right? After, can you sustain 10, 20 years of execution? And then I think things would be fine. But I think I've spoken enough. I've spoken for almost 9, 10 minutes, and I also started late. So I would love to, address specific questions wherever I can, because that is perhaps a more interactive way and a better way to make it engaging for everyone.
Definitely. Well, a truly inspirational journey.